Hi, small business owners. It's Harpreet Singh from Sherron Law Firm. Today, I want to talk about another important issue which you have to look in your due diligence, which is the issue of title. So, what kind of title you should need? You should need a marketable title, and by default, the California law provides you that to any real estate buyer. And now you would be thinking, what's mean by marketable title? This title needs to sell in the market? The concept is somewhat similar, but the main issue with the marketable title is that you don't have to have any kind of encumbrances or any kind of burden on your property, and it needs to be defenseful, and you would be able to sell your property later. So the basic concept is that if your title have any kind of burden or have any kind of legal issues with it, then you will not call it as a marketable title. And your seller has the duty to provide you the marketable title, and it's just based on your agreement, but the default rule that you should get a marketable title. However, there are many encumbrances, and usually people buy real estate with loans and with some other private deeds from the other family members. Either it's a loan or not, or some kind of other burden, especially if you see the easements, because different entities, either it's your utility company or some other service provider has some kind of easement on your property, or sometime your neighbor have an easement on the property. It's from past, present. So those are also burdens which would affect your title. So you have to make sure that you're looking your title and reviewing, especially you get a document when you are in an escrow, which is called a preliminary title report. That's basically being issued before the escrow company or your title company through an escrow company issues a title policy. So that basically lays out whichever the things which are recorded on this property, and it would just lay out if there is an easement, if there is a deed, or if there is other tax liens on this property. So it would provide you a good detail in terms of what kind of burdens you have on this property, and in most of the agreements, if you have if you bother to read them, it has exceptions that you will get a marketable title except so and so things, except this easement, except this deed of trust, or except this tax lien. So you have to really careful when you are reviewing your preliminary title report, because whatever is reported, that means it's disclosed, and probably you are signing that title report that you have read it when you are just signing those bunch of documents at your closing. So it's really important what's being disclosed and still what's left, or probably you knew some facts which you probably have to investigate. So it's really important to look those issues, and most of the time people don't even know about it. People just thinking that they should get a marketable title without any restriction. And even if you suppose you are a homeowner and you have other surrounding, which is probably a homeowner association, maybe people don't think about that. They don't even know. What's an homeowner association? Probably they have heard, okay, these people manage something, but they have CC and Rs recorded, which are restrictions on your property, how you will operate your property, how you live in that property, and what kind of structures you can have on that property. Even the color of the paint you should have on your property. So these kind of restrictions you have to be careful on, and because these are burden on your title, and these are probably, if the agreement was drafted right, these are exceptions, and you still, it would be considered that you received a marketable title with these exceptions. So it's really important to look those, and also to review your preliminary title report, and you should also know about the title insurances. I think most of you have probably went through 1 or 2 transactions, and you know that you receive a title report from title company, and based on that the title company issues you a title policy. And if you bother to read the title policy, it also have mentioned the exception. Most of the time whatever is reported or it's on the deed, they are not covering that, and whatever is unreported based on your policy, and most of the time they only cover any defects in the recorded documents or any challenges to those documents. So you have to be careful what kind of policy you are getting and what kind of coverage you are getting. There are also a couple of different formats of the policy, which is one is called American Land Title Association, which is bunch of associations of people coming together. Basically the title companies, they have created their own association, and that kind of ELTA policy, which is called, provide you extensive coverage in terms of legal issues coming across through your title disputes. So, but usually if you have not requested that, usually you are getting a CALTA policy, which is California Land Title Association, which is also an association which is consists of these title companies from California and from also part of the country. So that's not much extensive policy, but that's a standardized policy which will probably only cover your recorded documents and any issues related to that. So you have to evaluate and just don't go in your closing of escrow and then think about, okay, what I'm getting into. Still, before you close your escrow, you should make sure what kind of policy you have, so you have right expectation while you're buying this property. If you want an extensive policy, then you should get it, because there may be different issues based on that type of property. You need a survey, or sometime specifically if you have a big acreage, then you probably need a survey to make sure that there is no issues with terms of square feet, and also the title policy is covering any kind of encroachments, but you will only get with an extensive policy, and you should make sure what kind of policy you are getting. So the aim of this video was to provide you general information about what kind of title you're getting from a real estate transaction and what issues to look at. So if you have any issues, so you should seek legal professional, or if you want our help, we would be able to help you in assisting you in your transaction. Or if you want to review a preliminary title report or title policy, we would be able to help you on that. So always think about your business, work hard, and if you have legal worries, just call us. Thank you.